survey. Make sure you stay here for more.
And hopefully everybody turned in that survey. If you haven't, there should be a survey box over there. Please make sure you fill out those surveys and get them turned in.
Before you go, before you say anything else, you stay. Okay, so anyways, I would just like to say this is going to be like a little commercial. So first of all, I'd like for everyone to give an applause for PNC Bank and Northwest Bank. So, Northwest Bank is, are you guys still here? Maybe they had to go. They maybe had to go take care of that money. And so, Kia's here with her partner in crime from PNC Bank. And let me just tell you how amazing both of these banks have been, because it's huge to get the financial community kind of in your back pocket, and that's what we're working on. So, and we have had that all along with the Women's Entrepreneur Summit, but even bigger now. So, Northwest Bank is committed to helping put on 4 workshops this year for entrepreneurs. I think we'll just include everybody to learn about financial literacy, about how to, how important it is to have a banker, go into a bank, meet people in the bank, and then have a friend as a banker. You want to say, I'm going to talk to my friend who's the banker. And then how important it is to understand how to get credit scores and make it work for your business and all the things you need, and also what you need to have ready to get bank loans. So if you have an interest in that or have a specific need, if you could let me know, we could try to get that worked out so we can give you exactly what you need. And so Northwest Bank has been really great about that. And also they were inspiration sponsor to this event, so they're highly invested. PNC Bank has been with us for like 4 years now, really helping, strategize and try to figure out what would be the best direction to go. They're looking for grants for us to help us move, further along. So they are right here with us, and they're our empowerment sponsor, which means they gave $1,000 to this event. And so they're really invested. So I would just like to say that. So I don't know if you know Kia, but you need to know Kia. She's heavily in the community, helping entrepreneurs every step of the way, and she's going to be our next speaker.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cindy. Thank you for that. Listen, Sonia said to have a good idea, and a good idea that is fundable and taking it to the next level. This is great, you guys. This is so great. Listen, we have Kia, and her passions for community and people drive her to connect locals to resources while serving as PNC's Diversity Chair, African American Committee Lead, and National Pan-Hellenic Council Chapter President in her spare time. Kia enjoys rom-coms and crafting with friends. Please welcome Miss Kia Young.
How y'all doing? Good. Y'all enjoying yourself?
Yes.
Oh, here, you want to give it? Is it in the way?
No, it's okay. I just got some talking points. So let me just say this. I do not do large crowds. To me, I know it's probably about 100 people in here, but for me, this is a... So,
Put the microphone.
bear with me. So, my approach today is to talk to my girlfriends. Is that okay?
Yes.
I see a couple gentlemen out there. My bad.
You gotta stay over here.
I got to stay over here. So my approach is just to really talk about how you should move forward in your business. So I get a lot of clients that sit in front of me that either don't understand, don't know, not sure what's the best way forward. So just to tell you a little bit about myself, my name is Kia Young. I have 8 years in banking. My passion is people. I love connecting with people. I love helping, especially women. I mean, I will help anybody, but women. I have over 20 years in community service, and I love to just connect and love on people and get them where they need to be. So, just a few. So what is PNC doing, right? PNC is supporting amazing people like yourself, amazing women like yourself, because that's important to us. We're also making sure that you stay connected. So, for today, I would love to talk about who should you be connecting with to make sure that you have a striving and thriving business. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. First is a financial advisor. Who has a financial advisor? Ooh, yes. 2 snaps. Snap, snap, snap. Yes. Financial advisors are key. Why do we think that? Why should we have somebody in our corner that's looking out for us when it comes to our financial planning?
We can't all be experts.
Oh,
that's good.
you said it, right? Something that comes easy to me, I think what I realized is that finances come easy to me. And so I just expect everybody to know what I know. And that's just not the case, right? So yes, we need to be sure that you have somebody that's working on your retirement. You ladies and gentlemen, I've seen a few, cannot work forever, right? You want to get in a space to where that business is going, right? That you ain't sleeping at night and thinking about your business, right? That you are planning for the future. And a financial advisor is huge. How about liability insurance? That's what that financial advisor is for too. Who got liability insurance? Oh, y'all good apples, thank goodness. Because sometimes I sit in front of people and they have no liability insurance. What happens if an employee falls down? What if the furnace goes out at the business? What if something happens to you and you're that primary person that's running that business? You need some insurance, right? And that financial advisor could do that. And then you need personal insurance too, because you want to be sure that you take care of yourself. The next person is an attorney. I know they're expensive, I get it. But you need an attorney. What if you get that big contract? And we calling that for y'all, right? Those big contracts. We need somebody to look at those. Anybody attorney in here?
You need to make a friend.
Yeah? Absolutely. You got one? Oh, yes. Get with her, because she got an attorney. But yes, that attorney is going to be huge for you. See what that retainer looks like. That's an investment in your business. And I get it, when you're a small business, you're just trying to make sure that the bills get paid, the lights stay on. I get that. But if something happens, you want to know that you have someone in your corner. So we're talking about an entourage of people that is working for you, right? Now this one is close to my heart, this next person, right? A business banker. Hello, my name is Kim, I'm a business banker.
You got her.
So I always tell, and I love every financial institution, because at the end of the day, what's important to me is that people are loved on and that they are serviced. But if you have not talked to your business banker in 6 months, probably want to look around for a new business banker. Why do you think that? Why should we be having regular conversations with our business banker and our personal banker, actually? Both of those folks.
Because things change all the time. New opportunities.
Things change all the time. Sometimes faster than Kia can keep up with it, right? But they do. Your business banker should be working for you, connecting you. So the last lady, she talked about networking and those connections. Felicia, yes. Miss Felicia said you have to have connections. Guess what? Your banker got tons of connections. And if they're not calling you and saying, hey, Cindy, how's business going? What can I help you with? What kind of money you need? How your employees doing? If that's not happening, you need to find a new business banker, because we are here to serve you, right? An accountant. Who good with money? Oh, okay. Y'all might want to connect with these ladies because they good with money. Who ain't good with money? Or who can use some extra loving? There we go. That's the better term. Right. Yeah, I would agree. So, an accountant or a bookkeeper.
Right here.
Right? Ah, that's why we do with the money.
Well, I think we need some more bookkeepers.
Exactly. So yes, having an accountant or a bookkeeper in your back pocket is key. Because everybody has a ministry, right? Yours might be baking, it ain't finances. Yours might be a really cool nonprofit, but it ain't finances. It may be a retail shop selling essential oils. It ain't finances. So you want to be sure that you have an accountant or somebody that's going to keep your numbers for you, right? And that's going to be honest and truthful with you. Because nothing is worse than coming down to the bank and I have to hurt and break people's dreams. Because that's not what I am in the business of doing. I am in the business of helping people's dreams come true. And so my thought process is making sure that you have an entourage of people that is working for you. And that accountant or bookkeeper is one of those people. What about a payroll specialist? Ooh, you two again, huh? Who has employees? Okay, nice.
Well, actually, we're all our own employees.
True that. Who paying themselves? Ooh, that is a blessing because not everybody thinks to pay themselves. I kid you not, I had a person, business making $150,000, that wanted to come and purchase a car personally. And I'm like, what's your income? Oh, my business makes $150,000. That's great. What's your personal income? No income to be shown because all the money that they have been collecting is specifically for the business. So guess what? You got to pay yourself and pay your work too, right? So talking to a payroll specialist is going to be huge as you continue to move your business forward. And it's not that expensive as you think, right? How about how you collecting the coins? Who does all that by themselves? Okay. How about if somebody needs to pay with a credit card, debit card?
Yeah, we do that.
Okay. How are you protecting yourself from fraud? That's the question right there. Right? So having somebody that specializes in payments, receiving, sending, I get all the time logistics people that say, yeah, they want my account number and routing number so they can send me my money. That's great. Guess what? Now they have your account number and your routing number. They can go right on to Foot Locker and the rest of them and just buy whatever it is that they're looking to buy, right? So how are you collecting and paying bills that's going to protect you from fraud? And if you don't feel too confident about that, right, look at who you're using now and ask them those questions. Hey, what if somebody swiped their card and there's a data breach? Who's responsible for that? Hopefully it's not you, especially if you ain't got no liability insurance, right? So making sure that you have someone that you can connect with and talk about ways to receive your money is going to be vital. Last piece, marketing. Who's good at marketing? I know Cindy's good at marketing. Nice. Keep those ladies in mind. And gentlemen, I see you back there in the back, gentlemen.
Video guy.
Video guy, okay. So to me, marketing is essential, but not everybody has that skill set, right? So you spin your wheels trying to, oh, am I supposed to be on Facebook or Instagram? How do I make a flyer? So you spending hours trying to figure that out. You need to realize how valuable is your time. So again, going back to if I make $25 an hour, because that's what I'm gonna pay myself, right? And I'm spending 5 hours trying to figure out how to make a flyer, probably want to get somebody that already does that. Put them on retainer too, right? So to me, all these people make up a winning team, a great entourage of folks that's going to allow you to propel your business to the next level. So I'm a big call to action girl, right? First thing is look at your entourage. What are they doing for you? What could they be doing for you? And if they're not doing it right, you go back and say, hey, let's talk, right? My business, this is where I'm looking to go. This is what I'm looking to do. I need your help. And if they don't seem like they want to do that, start looking for a new entourage. So I'm going to pause there. I'm not a big talker. But is there any questions? This girlfriend's time. Whatever y'all want to ask me, y'all ask me. If I don't know the answer, I will get the answer and connect you to who you need to be connected to. Go ahead.
You mentioned a couple of things I hadn't thought about, like payroll specialists, and you said somebody else. But I think my concern is hearing you. Let's say I have her as my payroll specialist, her as my accountant, and her as my bookkeeping, and they all have different trains of thought about how I manage my money. Should we go to one particular place, or how would you? I'm just kind of...
That's a good question. I think prioritizing, right? Because all these different people come with different service fees.
Right.
So we're going to go back to what Ms. Felicia said, that business plan. What rises to the top of your business plan? And then deciding, like, these are the three things that I want to focus on. So these are the three people that I need to connect with. Some people, and I don't want to say just Kia, but some people know all these people, right? So then maybe it's connecting with that one person for them to connect you to those other people. But I think part of it is going to be what is most important to you, and then going back to those people and saying, these are the 3 or 4 things that I'm looking to accomplish. These are the people that I am working with, and you can say that. You know, you don't have to be scared to say, I'm working with this, this, and this. How are we going to work together to accomplish these things? So yeah, just prioritize and figure out which one.
Good answers.
Yeah. That's good.
So some of us, you know, with the app day and age, right, we use apps for things. And if we're using an app for some of our financial cash flow and collecting payments and submitting invoices, are there any pros and cons that we should be aware of when using those?
Yes. So I will say this. I talk to tons of business owners that's using Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal is better because but they're not connected to banks at all. So you take a gamble, and I'll use Square as an example. I'm just going to be honest. They recently had a pretty large data breach, and people were trying to connect with them to say, hey, what is going on? Where is deposits missing? As a small business owner, I don't have time for y'all to get it together. I need my money, right? So I think researching what you currently have in place and going back to those people and saying, hey, I just want to make sure that I protect myself against fraud. What do you have in place for that? And then start to compare too, right? Go to different banks and say, this is what I'm looking to accomplish. What do you got? What's happening here? Look what you have, what they have, and see if it makes sense. Depending on the bank, they might have things that are already included in like their online banking and their mobile banking that you may be paying for a service through a third party that banks already have. So I would just start by, what do I have in place? What could I have in place? And what makes sense to align with what I have going on? You're welcome. Anybody else?
So what does PNC have to protect? How about that? By the way, all my money's over there.
So, I mean, when I think in terms of an entourage of people, all these people that I just mentioned to you, I work with in some capacity. So we have a really great partner. Like when you think in terms of payroll, I work with paychecks. So if you're thinking, hey, I need to start paying myself, there's a very inexpensive way for you to be able to do that. If you have employees, that person can talk to you and say, hey, how many employees do you have? What's the difference between the 1099 or contract or whatever the case might be? Are there benefits? And they're really good at like the tax piece of it too because of what they do. So we do work with paychecks. PNC does all of their own in-house payroll, payment specialists. So if you need to be able to take credit cards, debit cards, if you need to disguise your account number, so if you're, in that sort of situation, I mean, we have a person that does all of that for us in-house, 24/7. So if you have a problem, you could call. You know what I mean? If there's a payment, which I've never heard a payment being missing, but if there was, you have that convenience of being able to connect with someone. Attorney, I work with a lot of people, to be quite honest with you. I come across a lot of genuine people, and the people that I connect with, I want them to be just as invested in my client as I am. And if I get word back that, oh, I reached out to such and such and they never called back, I'm like, ooh, take them off the list, right? Because my clients are important to me, and I want to see them strive and succeed. Let me see. Accountants, same thing. In-house, we have a financial advisor, so all of our clients have free access to financial advisors, whether that's personal or business. Either way, they do both. And then they go into like insurance and all of those things as well. So that's just a few of the ones that kind of raise top of mind for me.
Just had a question. I heard you say a little bit about personal financing as well. How do those go hand in hand with personal finances in your business?
Yeah, thank you, Danielle. I appreciate it. That's my banker now. My personal banker.
Plant.
Yeah. So we work hand in hand, the personal banker and the business banker. Personal because a good portion of the time, our clients or even our prospecting clients, like people that maybe want to come in, don't understand that personal is tied to the business, especially if you're in the first 2 years of the business starting, right? So if you don't have a strong savings plan in place, just in case you need some capital or put a certain amount towards a loan or something like that, if your personal credit is struggling a little bit, like those are some of the things that we have to try to help our clients clean up to get them to a good space. We do work with another institution.
He's got you.
We do work with another institution that helps maybe if I have a client that's in that in-between, right? So they're at like the 600 to 640 range. They have a strong business plan. They have projected revenue. I connect them with Bankable, right? And so I've been able to help some of my clients, like, although there may not be PNC ready, right? And I can just tell them like, yep, sorry, PNC can't help you, and I send them on their way. No, I work with Bankable, and I say, hey, I have a really great client. They're not quite there yet, but are you able to assist this person? And so I have some success in that.
So you probably answered it, but I was back here talking.
That's okay, that's okay.
Do banks have processing for businesses like, because I tried Clove, right? Clove wants to charge you monthly whether you use it or not.
Right.
I'm sorry, that ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
So I do use Square. So, but do banks do what Square does?
Yes. And I want to be real, right, as far as like service fees. So I'm not a payment specialist, right? So I couldn't give you the ins and outs. So I know that there is still going to be a monthly service fee regardless if you use it or not, but it's usually like $6.95, right? That's to keep your tokenization still going.
$20 a month?
Oh yeah, it's only $6.95.
Okay.
But again, depending on, I like to think that every business is at a different point in their journey. So you may be at a point where processing is not in your journey, right? You may do, we have like a Pay Easy, where it's just connected to your online banking. And you can take payments that way. You know what I mean? So it just depends on where you are and what makes sense for you. Yeah. But if you have questions, I can get you connected with somebody just to at least have those options. Yeah.
So if your regular personal account has connections with like Zelle, for instance, so what's the difference between that and because that cash flow still comes right into your personal account?
Yeah.
Is it just the disguising of the numbers or something so that it's less fraud?
Yeah. So that's a good question. I'm glad you said that. Really, if you have money coming into your personal account for your business, we got to stop that.
Yeah.
You want to separate that as soon as possible. I'll give you an example. I had a client that was using Zelle to her personal account. There was a lot of shenanigans going back and forth. And so they locked her out, right? Because it looked like fraud.
I mean, I don't have that.
No,
It's my
but
question because of what she just stated.
Yeah.
As far as it being connected to here.
Yes, but that's a good question, so I'm glad you asked that, because it can give the perception that you have something going on when that's not the case. And I had a client like that. She got her Zelle locked down. It was like, nope, you can't do that no more. Come to find out, she's running her business out of her personal account. So again, you want to separate those two. Yeah, and there is Zelle for business as well. So thank you for bringing up Zelle. There's someone
I lost my question.
That's
I got
okay.
interested in hers and I was like, oh, it's kind of on the same page, but. Yeah.
That's okay. Anybody else? All right, well, I appreciate y'all. If y'all have any questions, please let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer.
Right on time. You're good. Thank you. Oh, let's take picture.
Get a picture.
Wait,
Stay right there.
Thank you, that was great.
Thank you so much for all of that great knowledge. Thank you so much. She said to have a personal and business banker, to look at your entourage, to plan for the future, to also keep liability and personal insurance, as well as obtain an attorney, business banker, accountant, and bookkeeper, to remember to pay yourself and protect yourself from fraud. Thank you so much, Miss Kia. Thank you. Woohoo! Ain't no stopping us now, y'all. Come on, let's keep it moving. Woo! It's National Women's Entrepreneur Day, men's and women. Woo! Thank y'all so much. Our next speaker. Okay. Melissa Corbett-Quiche,
Okay.
owner of Zip Printing Mishawaka and founder of Groovin' on Grove, is a dedicated entrepreneur and community leader with a passion for empowering women and supporting local businesses. She blends creativity with business acumen to drive success and positive impact. Please welcome Miss Melissa Corbett-Quiche.
And so, of course, it's kind of probably going to happen till the day I die. My last name is pronounced Kaish. I get it a lot. I've heard Koosh, I've heard Quiche. It's all over the board. So, but I am happy to be here. It's my first summit with Cindy, as well as we all know, it's my first time speaking. This is absolutely fantastic. So of course, my name is Melissa Kaish. I am owner and operator of Zip Printing. I should say next door, since we're in South Bend, over in Mishawaka. I also have another small gig that I'm turning into a small business called Groovin' on Grove. Because with me living in Mishawaka, I live on Grove Street. So I wanted something kind of fun. And so, of course, I do have some friends in here that do follow me on Facebook, and I am currently doing the Fab Over 40 contest. So right now I am currently in 3rd place. I need to get number 1 by November 21st to continue. So yes, follow me and follow my journey for that. Of course, I am a mom of 2. I've got 2 wonderful teenagers, Aiden and Isabella. I also have a pit lab mix. Her name is Alex. She's our COVID puppy. So she literally, as soon as we brought her home, next month we all shut down. So I was like, oh, this is fantastic. But of course, with that, I also have my husband Aaron. We've been married for 19 years. We've been together for 24. He is also my biggest supporter. He's my how, because I'm the wow. I'm the one that comes up with the ideas, and he's like, great, how are you gonna do it? What is your first step? What are you gonna do? And so of course, as I look back, as I say, I'm that wow person. I have those wow moments. And so of course, that made me stop to reflect of how proud I've made myself, as well as making others proud, because I was born and raised here in South Bend. I actually grew up right down the street from Kovaleski Stadium, so I was the heart of downtown Mishawaka. We were not the greatest bunch of kids back then. We all got in trouble back in the 90s. But of course, I never thought that I would see myself be where I'm at today, and it's absolutely fantastic. So of course, with my journey, it has started, actually, the company is right across the street. I got into them with doing printing and apparel promo business. And so I learned a lot about not just printing, but also customer service and how to make sure that a project is done from start to finish. And I really loved seeing how somebody who has a graphic design degree, which I do from Ivy Tech, that I was able to help those clients, see their artwork come to life. And then, of course, then after that, I ended up switching gears and making myself over to zip printing over there in Mishawaka, with the apparel and the promotional products that I had brought, not just the printing aspect, but I was also their first woman employee. Zip has been in the community since 1987, so I brought that strong point of a woman can actually be here at the shop. And so it turned into that aspect to where everyone called me the boss lady. It kind of turned into, if you ever need anything, you need to talk to Mel. Why? Because Mel has the answers. And you know what? If I can't find you the answer, if I don't know it myself, I know somebody who's going to be there for you and help you out. And then, of course, I turned into a general manager just because of everything that I know and that I've learned over the years. Because the printing industry started back in 2008, so that was how I got into the printing industry. And then last year, I got into partnership at Zip. So I had got into 5% of the company, and when Kyle, my business partner, came up to me and said, hey, somebody wants to buy the shop. And I know that you're not just an employee, but you are also a partner. And I made sure that that person knew that, hey, I've got partners, and one of those partners is an employee here. And she makes sure that everything goes by the books. Everyone goes to Mel with whatever that they need. So he ended up not buying the shop because Kyle said, hey, do you want to buy my shares? So
There you are.
2023, I have turned Zip Printing into the first woman-owned business. So, with that all being said, there has been my ups and there has been my downs, and making sure, how do I keep moving forward? Because I do need to make sure that I'm there for my husband, I'm there for my kids. I've got those football games because my son plays in the marching band. And the one thing that has always stood out to me was, especially when you're out at your grandkids' kids' events, whose businesses are on those billboards?
That's right.
Those are the businesses that you want to support. So I made sure that zip printing was on the back of Mishawaka High School marching band t-shirts.
You better.
Because I wanted to make sure if they needed anything in Mishawaka, you got zip printing that's right down the street.
That's right.
And not only, but also, that's also a woman-owned business. Another thing I've also made sure that I do is I definitely support our veterans. So thank you, Liz. Thank you, Liz. I also got into with JR with True Top 1%. If you are not familiar with that organization, he does art therapy for our veterans. So I've been doing a lot with his organization as well. I'm just trying to get myself out more into the community. And then there are those days where you can freely raise your hand. Who's waking up at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, worrying about, man, did I email that client back? Did I forget to do something? You know what? It is 3 o'clock in the morning and I can't do a stinking thing about that at 3 o'clock in the morning. Except for I need to go my butt right back to bed because that email will be there when I show up at 8 a.m. As well as making sure that I'm taking time for myself. You gotta have that self-care. It's okay to go get your nails done. It's okay to get your hair did. It's okay. It's okay. Because you know what? It's okay to spoil ourselves once in a while. Because we do so much for every single person that we know that we do need time for ourselves. So, thank you so much for letting me be up here. Cindy, you're absolutely amazing.
Oh, I would like to just say, like 210 people voted for you.
Yes. So whoever voted, thank you. So yeah, this has been absolutely amazing. I was so stinking nervous. I even did Liz's little finger trick while I was sitting at my table writing in here. But I mean, like, I do a lot of networking. You know, I am part of a BNI group. You know, so I'm used to my 10-minute presentations. I have to do twice a year, and you know, I've done 2 presentations now with 1 Million Cups, and it's fantastic. I love to make the genuine connections that we all have here in the community. So, does anybody have any questions? Miss Erica.
I want to know, actually, it's not a question. I want to know if you can talk about the things that you do for the communities around you. Say, I had a event for a autism awareness, and she printed me a banner free of charge. She printed other things that I needed, flyers and things like that, completely free, donated everything. So those are also things that she has incorporated with zip printing, is being able to do things like the t-shirts at Mishawaka High School and helping with other banners and things like that for either nonprofits or even people just starting their business that might be helpful.
Yep, so I do a lot of sponsorships. I know sometimes it can break the bank, but I always try to, you know, put my best foot forward in making sure that, you know, we're doing the best that we can, especially when everybody has their, you know, everyone's got their ups and downs. So it's just one of those things to where I want to make sure that I'm able to help you out as well as you helping me out in return. So thank you. I've been told I gotta stop.